Welcome back, Truth Seeker. October 4th, 2019. Wondered what might be the latest with the Ukraine scandal, the latest contrived political theater on this date. And it's that the White House was subpoenaed by Rep. Cummings. So we're going to look at what a ritual here, what a contrived news story we have. Of course, if it's the federal government, it's news by the numbers, no exceptions. So let's just go about this story here piece by piece. The story is that Trump talked to the president of Ukraine on July 25th. Phone call. And, it's kind of like the Russia scandal 2.0, which was more news by the numbers. He's going to a foreign power looking for help digging up dirt on his political enemies. But the thing about July 25th, the day of the supposed phone call, is the day leaving 159 days left in the year. And of course, the name Donald Trump equals 159, as does Scottish Rite, which has their headquarters in Washington, D.C. Of course, George Washington was a Scottish Rite Freemason. And today, October 4th, the day of the latest news, getting subpoenaed, it's the day leaving 88 days left in the year. Trump equals 88. Remember this guy, Mr. 88, Manafort? Trump and Manafort, both 88. Remember, Manafort was in trouble for some real estate deal in the Ukraine. So, I'd forgotten about that story, but it's been hanging around all these years. Ukraine, Trump administration, so, it's like, it's an ongoing book. And it was so many chapters ago that we read about Manafort in Ukraine, we forgot about it. But here it's coming back in the latest chapter, right? Because that's what this is. Political theater is no different than a novel, a television show, a movie. Again, if you haven't seen my work on what they do with House of Cards and what they do with the actual White House, there's no difference. It's all done the exact same way. Theater. Keep in mind, October 4th is the 277th day of the year as well. That's the 59th prime. Freemasonry sums to 59 in Hebrew and in English. The 59th presidential election, it will be the next one, number 59. So, Trump with the alphabetic order is 88. Let's not forget that George Washington's 88 as well. And Trump with the reverse alphabetic order is 47, like Ukraine. Ukraine, 47. From the date of the supposed phone call to the latest news of the subpoena, span of 72 days. And look at who served the subpoena. Elijah Cummings, 72. Cummings, name that has two connections to 45, like Trump's number 45. And Cummings, just using the alphabetic order, 99. Remember, this whole Ukraine scandal broke September 23rd, the day leaving 99 days left in the year. So that's why Cummings is the right puppet for the contrived script. And here was the news on September 23rd. CNN chose an interesting photo. Donald Trump's face half in the shadows. Still thinking about the symbolism of that. We pointed out that day Ukraine has the connection to 110 and 47, just like the word president. President's 110 and 47. D.C., government, authority, the cabal, White House, President, Trump, Republican, Democrat, they're all 47. Special number, 47 degrees on the Masonic compass. You want to add to that list? France equals 47. Washington, D.C. was laid out by the 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason, L'Enfant from France. 47 degrees on the Masonic compass out of the Scottish Rite of France. Big number. Remember April 21st, 18, a date with 47 numerology. Manafort was in big trouble. Cohen was in big trouble. They each got 8 charges, 8 and 8. Like Trump 88, like Manafort 88. Try to remember who was the other Republican that was in trouble that day. Was it Duncan Hunter? Bad day for the Republicans. April 21st, 18. It was a bad day for me, too. The FBI came to my door. Falsely accused me of saying something I never said. which was weird because it was the anniversary of the movie Agent 47, the release date of that film. Agent equals 47 as well. That's what these political operatives are. Agents for the tyrants. For another piece here, in light of the news breaking on September 23rd, notice that's the 266th day of the year, leaving 99 days remaining. Look at the name of the president of Ukraine, 266. And remember, that's a big number with the Jesuits. The Jesuit motto in Gematria sums to 266, just like how we're in the time of the 266th Pope, Pope Francis. The Jesuit motto, the small way, sums to 122, like Pope Francis equals 122, the first publicly Jesuit Pope. Again, D.C., the land that was once the Catholic colony, policed by the Jesuits. Don't forget how Donald Trump went to Fordham University, the Jesuit university. Don't forget how he was at the Vatican on May 24th, 2017, the 144th day of the year. Jesuit Order 144. Don't forget how Trump's birthday is a span of 187 days from Pope Francis's. Society of Jesus 187. Washington, D.C. 187. George Washington 187. Ancient accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry 187. Again, these powerful secret societies, they control the show. They're the puppet masters. And, Donald Trump, he's just another man on strings. Just as a reminder, the Donald Trump impeachment inquiry came on his 103rd day of his age, the day after September 23rd, which was September 24th. Impeachment inquiry 103, Scottish 103, as in the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. This is what the U.S. federal government is. This is what we have to obey and submit to and pay taxes to and listen to and follow their rules. An illegitimate organization is what it is. A fraudulent organization, a lying organization. And, for how long are people going to succumb to this and believe in this? There's a YouTube channel out there, Northwest Liberty News, big Trump supporter. Somebody who follows my work sort of follows their work, and they wanted to get me on their program to do an interview. And he wanted to talk to me on the phone first because he wanted to see if I was a Trump supporter. And I thought, okay, he definitely hasn't watched my videos. I said, no, I'm not a Trump supporter. I tell people that the two-party system's a fraud, it's a sham, it's a deception, it's an energy steal, and it's just meant to get people worked up and divided. And he's like, oh, so you don't support Trump? Well, I don't think I want to have you on my show. I was like, okay. So, some people, they just don't want to know. They want to live in the matrix. They want to believe in the lies. It's like they like the drama. They do. It's like reading a novel. It's like watching a movie. Same reason people like stories. They want to pick sides. But it's too bad because none of us deserve this. We don't deserve to be born and enslaved to a lie, have to follow the rules of a lie. Everyone's got to get over their red and blue fascinations. It's not helping anybody. These parties aren't helping anybody. Well, that's a lie. They're helping a very small group of people. They're not helping most people. Most people, they work and slave all year. They try to keep up with the bills. And if they took the time to do the math, they'd realize about 3 months out of the year, all of their labor is going to this federal government, which funnels our money to the super rich. That's why you have a nation where there's a handful of people who have literally as much wealth as almost everybody else who lives here. If you're not aware, in the United States of America, there's a group of 100 people who have more wealth than the next 90% of people. Think about that. And it's all possible only because of government, because it steals the wealth from the people and redistributes it to the super rich. That's the real way the game works. So. And Donald Trump, he's part of that. He's from the super rich. It's amazing about all these people that think Trump's the hero. Born with a silver spoon in his mouth, makes comments like, well, I'm pretty much self-made. My dad only gave me $1 million way back in the when? Back when $1 million was worth like how much now? Decades and decades ago, back when he was in his early 20s. How many years ago is that? It's like over 50 years ago. So back in the 60s, and then it turns out his dad gave him more than $1 million. So his dad gave him several $1 million back in the 60s. Think about, how much money, or the equivalent value of that money today. It's like saying, oh, I'm self-made. I mean, my dad only gave me $50 million. And then the thing about Donald Trump is, how many times has he had to file bankruptcy? How many times has he needed the taxpayers to bail him out? Somehow, some way, some people think this is the man of the people, the common man. Just another con man. And, that's the thing about the Republicans. They always think these guys, say what you will, I don't like either political party, but the Republicans, man, they seem to be the more easily hoodwinked people. They all thought Bush was the common man, too. It's like, you're not the common man when you come from a political dynasty, people that have been in the Oval Office, the head of the CIA, powerful senators. Anyway. I've said enough. We'll leave it there, Truth Seeker. Till next time.